Okay, this is a song that I have no idea what the history of it is, except that it's a, you know, it's been recorded by Harry Belafonte and by the Robert Shaw Chorale. It's called The Drummer and the Cook. You familiar with that? Oh, there was a little drummer, and he loved her while I'd cook, and he loved her, and he loved her, although she had a cockeyed look, with her one eye on the pot, and the other up the chimney, with the bow, wow, wow, fa la 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 da da da, wow, wow. The couple went a courting for to walk along the shore, says the drummer to the cook, you're the girl that I adore, with one eye on the pot, and the other up the chimney, with the bow, wow, wow. When this couple went a courting for to walk along the pier, says the cookie to the drum, and I love you too, my dear, says the one eye on the pot, and the other up the chimney with the bow, wow, wow. Says the drummer to the cookie, ain't the weather fine today? Says the cookie to the other, is that all you have to say? The one eye on the pot, and the other up the chimney with the bow, wow, wow. Ah, wow, wow. Says the drummer to the cookie, will I buy thy wedding ring? Says the cookie, now you're talking, that would be the very thing. The one eye on the pot, and the other up the chimney with the bow, wow, wow. Says the drummer to the cookie, will you name the wedding day? Says the cookie, we'll be married in the merry month of May. The one eye on the pot, and the other up the chimney with the bow, wow, wow. When they went to church, say I will, the drummer got a nark, for her one eye lift the parson, and the other killed the clerk, with the one eye on the pot, and the other up the chimney with the bow, wow, wow. Fa la la da do do dee, wow, wow, wow.
Thank you, Mark. One of my favorites. Okay, so I'm going to do the next one because I was the next person to log in, except for Karen, but she's not available right now. So I want you to unmute and give me your ideas here. I have two possible songs to do. One is not somber, and the other is mock somber. So which do you want? Do you want not somber or mock somber? You can unmute and tell me.
Noxamber goes first, and Mock always goes second.
Okay, so
That sounds like a good idea. Do both of them in that order.
I'll do the mock somber first. This is actually a famous poem by Lewis Carroll in his book Alice Through the Looking Glass and What She Found There. She finds a book, first of all, and she can't read it because it's written in mirror writing. When she looks at it in the mirror, she can read it. And it turns out to be a parody of Old English epics. And it's called Jabberwocky, to the tune of Renardine. 'Twas brillig, and the slithy toves did gyre and gimble in the way. All mimsy were the borogoves, and the mome raths out grey. Beware the Jabberwock, my son, the jaws that bite, the claws that catch. Beware the jub bird, and shun the frumious bandersnatch. He took his vorpal sword in hand, long time the manxome foe he sought. So rested he by the tum-tum tree, and stood a while in thought. And as in offish thought he stood, the Jabberwock with eyes of flame came whiffling through the tulgey wood, and burbled as it came. 1, 2, 1, 2, and through, the vorpal blade went snicker snack. He left it dead, and with its head he went galumphing back. And hast thou slain the Jabberwock? Come to my arms, my beamish boy. Oh, frabjous day, Kalukale, each chortle is joy. Was Brilligan the slithy toves, did gyre and gimble in the wave. All mimsy were the burrows, and the moan wreaths of grey. Okay, okay. So Karen's back, so she'll do the next song, which she will introduce. And I'm going to mute, and you'll hear me on her phone.
This tune is by the Carter family, and it's My Dixie Darlin'.
My Dixie
Darling, listen to this song I sing beneath the silver moon, with a banjo right in tune. My heart is ever true, I love no one but you, my Dixie darling, my Dixie queen.
We down below the Mason-Dixon line, that's where the
honeysuckers are entwined, that's where the winds are blowing, that's where I long to be going. Girls in the gay finery, twirling around in our society, singing songs of Dixie darling, where I long to be. My Dixie darling, listen to this song I sing beneath the silver moon, with the banjo right in tune. My heart is ever true, I love no one but you, my Dixie darling, my Dixie queen.
Going down south,
Have a good time, see a gal in old Caroline. Bruise and do as I please, all the gals I want to squeeze.
Singing
Songs of Dixie darling, that's where I long to be going. That's the honey road, Dixie queen. Dixie darling, listen to this song I sing beneath the silver moon, with the banjo right in tune. My heart is ever true, I love no one but you, my Dixie darling, my Dixie queen. Heart is ever true, I love no one but you, my Dixie darling, my Dixie queen. My Dixie darling, my Dixie queen.
Okay, so now I believe the next person to log in was Jeff. So we're going to go to Geoff Hall. And Jeff, you unmute, everybody else mute. 1, 2, 3, go.
Okay, I will start off with just a little poem. Okay, this is called Fresh Woman. 2 Thanksgiving weekend portraits of our daughter on her first visit since she'd started college. The heart-shaped line from eyebrow to cheekbone to chin. We were still having Thanksgivings at her mom's house then. I liked the first snapshot, before she had struck a pose, one eyebrow raised. That's it.
Excellent. I
Lovely.
love that poem. Very nice. Okay, thank you. So let's go to Terry now. And everyone mute but Terry. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, I hope you can hear me okay. There's this air conditioner that's really blasting, and let me
We can
know
hear
if
you
there's
fine,
a problem.
Terry.
But hey, I'm really having trouble hearing David. I don't know if it's the air conditioner, or if he's just really low. So yes, okay, good. Okay, since David did a song from Through the Looking Glass, I thought I would do another song from Through the Looking Glass. Let's get my little... And this is one that Carol put to the tune of Scottish brave anthem called Follow the Bonnets of Bonnie Dundee. But it's the song of Alice's coronation party or something like that. I'll do the first verse of Bonnie Dundee to give you the example of where the tune came from. Oh, come fill up my cup, come fill up my can. Saddle my horses and call out my men, and it's over to Westport and let us gay free, and we'll follow the bonnets of Bonnie Dundee. So here's the Lewis Carroll version. I've a scepter in hand, I've a crown on my head. Let the looking glass creatures let the looking glass creatures wherever they be. Da-da-da. This is not right, sorry. I've a scepter in my hand, I've a crown on my head. There's a missing line here, I don't know what it said. Let the looking glass creatures wherever they be come and dine with the Red Queen, the White Queen, and me. Then fill up your glasses as quick as you can. Sprinkle the table with buttons and bran. Put cats in the coffee and mice in the tea. And welcome Queen Alice with 30 times 3. Well, you see, I haven't practiced this, but... Oh, looking glass creatures, quote Alice, draw near. 'Tis an honor to see us, a favor to hear. 'Tis a privilege, 'tis a privilege high to have dinner and tea, along with the Red Queen, the White Queen, and me. Then fill up your glasses with treacle and ink, or anything else that is pleasant to drink. Mix sand in the cider and wool in the wine, and welcome Queen Alice with 90 times 9. Okay. There you go.
Yay! Wonderful. I'm stealing that one.
Yippee-doo.
Could have been a little more wonderful, but, there you go.
It was great. It was great. Don't forget that forgetting words is part of Alice in Wonderland's thing, as well
Right.
as being very traditional. So anyway, for those of you that don't know, treacle is molasses. The English people call it that for some unknown reason. But to understand well, you have to realize, go ahead and mute yourself. Yeah. You have to realize that although Alice in Wonderland is based on playing cards, all the characters are playing cards. In Alice Through the Looking Glass, uh, they're based on chess pieces, and she's basically progressing down the chessboard till the 8th rank, where she gets converted to a queen, a passed pawn, as they call it in chess. And that's why they're celebrating, because she made
Right. Yeah, I remember this.
and instead of a pawn, she's now a queen, along with the white queen and the red queen, which are the other two chess queens.
Yes, it's kind of a play on words. In other words, a pawn.
There you go. Well, we're back to the beginning again. So let's go with, oh yes, Mary Jane, right. Okay, Mary Jane's turn, as I told her. And please mute for Mary Jane. 1, 2, 3, go.
Okay, I think I'm unmuted now. So I'm going to do Colors by Donovan Leitch. Yellow is the color of my true love's hair. In the morning when we rise, in the morning when we rise, that's the time I love the best. Green is the color of the sparkling corn. In the morning when we rise, in the morning when we rise, that's the time I love the best. Blue is the color of the sky. In the morning when we rise, in the morning when we rise, that's the time I love the Mellow is the feeling that I get when I see her. When I see her, that's the time I love the best. Freedom is a word I rarely use without thinking. Without thinking of the time when I'm in love.
Yay!
Well done. That was great.
Thank
Yes,
you very much.
song that we don't hear enough nowadays.
It's really a good song, which may explain why it was such a hit for Donovan back in the 60s. Yes, colors, lovely. Well, we're back around to Mark again. Everybody mute for Mark.
Okay, this is guaranteed to offend somebody. Of the awful battle of the peaks and the pollicles, together with some account of the participation of the pugs and the poms and the intervention of the great rumpus cat. And remember, peaks are Pekingese, therefore they are Chinese. See? The peaks and the pollicles, everyone knows, are proud and implacable, passionate foes. It's always the same wherever one goes in the pugs and the poms, although most people say that they do not like fighting, will display every symptom of wanting to join in the fray. And they bark, 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 until you can hear them all over the park. Now, on the occasion of which I shall speak, almost nothing had happened for nearly a week, and that's a long time for a polar peak. The big police dog was away from his beat. I don't know the reason, but most people think he'd slipped in the bricklayer's arms for a drink. And no one at all was about on the street when a peak and a pollicle happened to meet. I have no idea what a pollicle is. I'll figure it out. They did not advance or exactly retreat, but they glared at each other and scraped their hind feet and started to bark, 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 until you could hear them all over the park. Now the peak, although people may say what they please, is no British dog, but a heathen Chinese. And so all the peaks, when they heard the uproar, some came to the window, some came to the door. There were certainly a dozen, more likely a score, and together they started to grumble and wheeze in their huffery-puffery heathen Chinese. But a terrible din is what pollicle's like, for your pollicle dog is dour Yorkshire tyke, and his braw Scottish cousins are snappers and biters, and every dog jack of them notable fighters. And so they stepped out with their pipers in order when playing the when blue bonnets came over the border. Then the pugs and the poms held no longer aloof, but some from the balcony, some from the roof, joined in to the din with a bark, 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 until you could hear them all over the park. Now, when these bold heroes together assembled, the traffic all stopped and the underground trembled. And some of the neighbors were so much afraid that they started to ring up the fire brigade when suddenly, up from a small basement flat, who should stalk out but the great rumpus cat. His eyes were like fireballs, fearfully blazing. He gave a great yawn with his jaws were amazing. And when he looked out through the bars of his area, you never saw anything fiercer or hairier. And what was the glare of his eyes and his yawning? The peaks and the pollicles quickly took warning. He looked at the sky and he gave a great leap, and they, every last one of them, scattered like sheep. And when the police dog returned to his beat, there wasn't a single one left on the street.
Yay, Mark.
Yep.
Who wrote that poem?
As Old Possum, otherwise known as T.S. Eliot.
All right. Okay, so thank you very much for that. We enjoyed that poem very much. And Al Christians has just joined us, and technically he missed the first round, but since he's come in just now, I think we should let him do one as
Nah, I'm just still tuning
well,
up.
if you're ready, go
Nah,
ahead and unmute, and everyone else will mute. 1, 2, 3, go.
I'll- give me a break here. I just gotta loosen up my fingers and stuff. Cut me next time around. No hurry.
Okay, Al, sounds good. That brings it back to me. So I'm going to do my non-somber song that I promised you. And this is one of the pieces written by a famous old-time musician named Blind Alfred Reed, who recorded on 78 records back in the 20s and 30s. And Blind Alfred Reed was a fiddler, but he was also a very religious man based on the content of the songs he wrote. As far as I know, he didn't actually record any fiddle tunes. He just recorded his songs that he wrote himself, which were quite distinctive. The most well-known one being, "How Can a Poor Man Stand Such Times and Live?" recorded by Ry Cooder along with others. Unfortunately, some of his songs are not politically correct today, but this one we can still do. It's called "Beware, Oh Take Care." We know young men are bold and free, beware, oh take care. They say they're lovers, but they're liars, you see. Beware, oh take care. Beware, young ladies, they're fooling you. Trust them not, they're fooling you. Beware, young ladies, they're fooling you. Beware, oh take care. Around their sleeve they wear a guard. Beware, oh take care. And in their pocket is a deck of cards. Beware, oh take care. Beware, young ladies, they're fooling you. Trust them not, they're fooling you. Beware, young ladies, they're fooling you. Beware, oh take care. They smoke, they chew, they wear fine shoes. Beware, oh take care. And in their pocket is a bottle of booze. Beware, oh take care. Beware, young ladies, they're fooling you. Trust them not, they're fooling you. Beware, young ladies, they're fooling you. Beware, oh take care. They hold their hands up to their hearts. They sigh, oh they sigh. They swear with you they'll never part. They lie, oh they lie. Beware, young ladies, they're fooling you. Trust them not, they're fooling you. Beware, young ladies, they're fooling you. Beware, oh take care. You ready to do one?
Yeah, you know, I don't really think he was politically correct in the 1920s either.
Well, maybe, maybe not. It's hard to say.
Among certain hard-shell Baptists, perhaps.
Well, he
But he
did
wrote
Why
great
Do
music,
You Bob
no
Your
doubt
Hair
about it.
Girls? Woman was made after man, and she's been after man ever since, and so on and so on. But we still enjoy that "Beware, oh take care." Okay. You want to do that double please? You want to grab it please? Okay, what do you want to sing? Want somebody special? Okay. Karen's going to do one now, so everybody mute for Karen.
So much trouble with this. It just keeps going in and out. Hang on. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, I'm going to do another Carter family tune, the Lonesome Pine Special. Walking out one evening with rambling on my mind, I am going to take that special that they call the lonesome pine. Don't you hear that whistle blowing? And she's coming down the line. That's the train I'll catch this evening to ease my troubling mind. Holy ho, holy, 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 holy. Take me back to Texas, back to my old home. Take me back to Texas, where the lonesome chaos whine, where the longhorn cattle are roaming round that cabin home of mine. Weeping like a willow and mourning like a dove. There's a gal way out in Texas that I know I dearly love. Holy ho, holy, holy, holy ho, holy, holy. Take me back to Texas, back to my old home. Give me back my rifle and give me back my gun. Give me back my home in Texas. The rambling days are done. Oh, holy, 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 holy. Take me back to Texas, back to my old home. Take me back to Texas, back to my old home.
All right then. So, going down the list, I believe the next person is Jeff. So, Geoffrey, will you favor us with one? Everybody mute. 1, 2, 3.
All right, I'm gonna play my viola. If that's all right with y'all. It's good practice for me to perform. So this is supposedly a Polish melody. That's all it says. It's called Sundown. And it says it's a Polish melody. And it is in the key of D. Does it kind of sound like the sun going down? It's called Sundown.
Yeah. Very nice. Thank
Can I
you.
do another? That was really short. Can I do another one?
Sure.
This is called Villia. It's from The Merry Widow, and it's by Lehar, and it's in the key of G. Oh, I can work on that a little more.
Very nice, Jeff.
Thanks for letting me play that for you.
Thanks for playing it for us. All right, loved it. Okay, so next we've got Terry. So everybody mute for Terry. 1, 2, 3, mute.
Well, I believe I'll try the one that I tried to do last time from the internet jungles of Indiana when it didn't work very well. So we'll do it a second time. This is Billy Grimes, Drover. Tomorrow morn I'll be 16, and Billy Grimes the drover, he's popped the question to me, ma, he wants to be my lover. And he'll be here in the morning, ma, he'll be here quite early, to take a pleasant walk with me across the fields of barley. Oh, darling dear, you cannot go. There is no use of talking. You shall not go with Billy Grimes across those fields of walking. Just think of such presumption from that dirty, ugly drover. I wonder where your pride is gone. Think of such a lover. I need to practice the nose whistle here a little bit, I guess. I guess I don't have the wind to play that today, but oh, mama dear, I must confess though Billy's not so clever. A nicer beau could not be found this whole wide world all over. Oh, daughter dear, I'm much distressed at your infatuation. To think of marrying Billy Grimes would be our ruination. Da-dum. Oh, mama dear, old Grimes is dead and Billy is the only surviving heir of all that's left, about 6,000 yearly. Oh, daughter dear, I did not hear your last remarks quite clearly. But Billy is a nice young lad, no doubt loves you dearly.
That
There you
was
go.
cute. Really cute.
I love the non-somber one. That was a great one. One of my favorites. Thank
That
you.
was from the Shaler family who recorded it in the 20s.
Okay, so now we're going to move along to Mary Jane. So everybody mute for Mary Jane. 1, 2, 3, mute.
Okay, I'm going to do The Tramp on the Street by Grady and Hazel Cole. It's been recorded by a lot of other people too, and I think Joan Baez did it. Only a tramp was Lazarus that begged. He lay down by the rich man's gate. He begged for crumbs from the rich man to eat, but they left him to die like a tramp on the street. He was somebody's darling. He was some other's son. Once he was fair and once he was young. Some mother, she rocked him, her darling to sleep, but they left him to die like a tramp on the street. Jesus who died on Calvary Street, shed his life's blood for you and for me. They pierced his side, his hands and his feet, and they left him to die like a tramp on the street. He was Mary's own darling. He was God's chosen son. thousand suns. Once he was fair, once he was young. Mary, she rocked him, her darling to sleep, but they left him to die like a tramp on the street. But they left him to die like a tramp on the street.
Very good, Mary Jane. One of my all-time favorites. Also recorded by Molly O'Day and the Cumberland Valley Folks and Hank Williams. So that's a classic for
And
sure.
Ramblin' Jack Elliott.
Yeah, that's right. I think I saw a Hanks Williams version. I'm not sure where this one comes from, but that it gave credit to Grady and Hazel Cole. So
Yeah,
I assume they're the ones that wrote it.
I think that's
Yeah,
right.
I think that's right.
Okay, so that brings us down to Al Christian. Al Christian, can you give us a song now? Everybody mute for Al.
Okay. I've heard sobriety here mentioned a couple times. Is that our theme for today?
We don't actually have a theme, Al. It's just whatever you want to do.
Well, that takes in way too much
It
territory.
started out with Alice Through the Looking Glass and somehow got into booze.
Okay. Well, anyway, I'll do a somber cowboy song. I was young and happy, and my heart was light and gay, singing, always singing to the sunny summer's day. Happy as a lizard in the waving chaparral, walking down through Laramie with Smack to the south. South, south, my heart it broke today. Broke into forever when they laid you in the clay. I would give creation to be walking with my gal, walking down through Laramie with Snag to the south. Berry tea tomorrow where the lily flower springs, underneath the willow where the little robin sings. You may long to see me, but nevermore you shall, walking down through Laramie with Snag to south. South, south, my heart that broke today, broke into forever when they laid you in the clay. I would give creation to be walking with my gal, walking down through Laramie with Snag to south. Put a little marker on a little mound of sod, and right here lies a busted and a broken heart by God. You may long to see him, but nevermore you shall, walking down through Laramie with Snag to the south. South, south, my heart is broke today, broke into forever when they laid you in the clay. I would give creation to be walking with my gal, walking down through Laramie with Snag to the south.
Yay, Al, Snag to the south. All right. Tender love song. Absolutely. Thank you for that. Now we're going to do a third round, but this time it's an optional thing. If you've got a third one, great. If not, that's fine. And we'll finish up with Terry's wonderful farewell song after we go all the way around. So, Mark, do you want to give us another one?
Yes.
Okay, everybody mute for Mark. 1, 2, 3, mute.
Okay. Last week, I read you William Blake's Little Girl Lost, and I assured you that the little girl was indeed found. Well, that's the name of the poem, The Little Girl Found. All the night in woe, like as parents go o'er the valleys deep, while the deserts weep. Tired and woe begone, hoarse with making moan, arm in arm 7 days they trace the desert ways. 7 nights they sleep among shadows deep, and dream they see their child starved in desert wild. Pale though pathless ways, the fancied image strays, famished, weeping, weak with hollow piteous shriek. Rising from unrest, the trembling woman pressed with fear of weary woe. She could no further go. In his arms he bore her armed with sorrow sore, till before their way a crouching lion lay. Turning back was vain. Soon his heavy mane bore them to the ground. Then he stalked around, smelling to his prey. But their fears lay when he licks their hands and silent by them stands. They look upon his eyes, filled with deep surprise, and wondering behold a spirit armed with gold. On his head a crown, on his shoulders down flowed his golden hair. Gone was all their care. Follow me, he said. Weep not for the maid in my palace deep. Lyca lies asleep. Then they followed where the vision led and saw their sleeping child among tigers wild. To this day they dwell in the lonely den, nor fear the wolfish howl, nor the lion's growl.
Thank you, Mark. William Blake is always a great choice. Terrific. One of the best poets in the English language, in my humble opinion. A visionary, an artist, and a poet. Great man.
My teacher was David Erdman.
He also saw angels in his garden, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, I've got a third one, and this is a song from the tradition of Northumberland, which is up there near the Scottish border in England. And they have a quite unique culture and folklore in that area. I learned this song from a recording by the High Level Ranters, one of the most well-known Northumberland groups, folk groups, and it's called I Drew My Ship. It's a love song. I drew my ship into a harbor. I drew it close by where my true love lay. I drew it close by up to her window to hear what my true love did say. But slowly, slowly got she up, and slowly, slowly came she down before she's gotten the latch unlocked. Her own true love had both been and gone. Come back, my own true lover. Come back now, and ease my pain. For your voice I heard not, and your form I saw not. Oh, John, my heart now it'll break in twain, for the ripest apple is soonest rotten, and the hottest love is soonest cold. Seldom seen and soon forgotten. True love is timid, so be not bold. He's brisk and gay, lads, he's far awaland. He's far across yon raging main, with the fishes dancing and the dark eyes glancing, have made him quite forget his aim. Okay, thank you, thank you. And next we're going to have a fiddle tune from Karen. So I'm going to mute.
Hang on a minute. I need you to undo yours. See, it goes black on me.
I can still see you.
Really? Yeah, my screen is okay. There we go. And is yours muted on top?
What's on the call?
Over the waterfall. Count down there.
1, 2, 3. Thank you, folks. Thank you very much. So now we're going to Jeff. If you have a third one, we'd like to hear it.
Sure.
Hey, Jeff. Want to do a third one?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Everybody mute for Jeff. 1, 2, 3, mute.
Okay, this is called Goldilocks Conditions. In case you're not familiar with the terminology, this is like astronomers speak of a planet, out there in some other, not in our solar system, that might have conditions conducive to life. They call it Goldilocks conditions. Let's pick a nice vacation planet. One not too heavy, not too spacey, not too frozen, not too fried. A habitable planet must have moving water. How would water get there? How did water get here? Last I heard, the experts can't agree, but never mind that. We can tell if a planet out there has water. We know the moon has grungy little gray polar ice potholes, but never mind the moon. It's too small to have an atmosphere. A habitable planet must have liquid water and air to make rains, distributing water, not too floody, not too filmy, to all habitants, animal, vegetable, vacationers, a hospitable, fair climate, one that won't side against us. I can't point to a happy medium. Sorry, I'm no Goldilocks.
Thank you, Jeff. That was very thought-provoking. Let's remember that we already have a Goldilocks planet. It's called Earth. Maybe there's another one out there. Maybe not. Let's try not to mess this one up, okay? All right. Enough of my soapbox rant. Thank you so much for that. So now we're going to move on to Terry, and I'll bet he's got a third one. I don't think there are any takers for that bet. What do you say, Terry?
Well, actually, I think I'll just wait and do the goodbye song.
Okay.
That's going to be up pretty soon anyway. So
All right, Terry. Very good. Very good. We appreciate you for everything. And we're now going to move to Mary Jane, and I'm hoping she has a third one to do.
Yes.
All right. Let's all mute for Mary Jane. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, I'm already muted. Well, I'm going to do another John Clay song today, having been successful with the last one I did. It's on a roll of John Clay songs. That I might do one tomorrow too. But this one's called Brenda, and it's one of his more simplistic songs, but it still has the same typical John Clay sentiment that he expresses in his songs. So they say this town is quiet, and I reckon it affects us when something really happens here, right here in Stanford, Texas, right here in Stanford, Texas. I knew a girl named Brenda, her husband ran around. She caught him in a car with his ex-wife, then she gunned him down, then she gunned him down. Well, they were parked by the Baptist church, 2 blocks from the square. He begged and he bargained and he pleaded for his life, but he couldn't run nowhere. He couldn't run nowhere. He said, Brenda, honey, don't you shoot at me, 'cause you know we're just good friends. I won't have divorced this woman once, ain't marrying her again, ain't marrying her again. But Brenda knew he was leaving, and it didn't matter what for. If he didn't leave her for his ex-wife, he'd leave her for somebody, he'd leave her for somebody. So she took the gun and she shot him, and he phoned bolted to the ground. And it didn't matter what the police did, she had stopped his running around. She had stopped his running around. This story has a moral, and the moral better carry. If you're the kind to go cheat on your wife, you better watch out who you marry. Watch out who you marry. And if you have an ex-wife, you better watch out, fella. You better stay away from your ex-wife, or your second wife may get jealous. Your second wife may get jealous. Brenda's at her trial, and they sent her to the pen. They only gave her several years. She'll be back again. She'll be back again.
Well, that was excellent, Mary Jane. I am so crazy about John Clay's songs. In my humble opinion, he's a Texas songwriter right up there with Townes Van Zandt. And
Well, he has such a way of expressing things.
yes, he does. And really, really great. And I'm so glad people are still doing his wonderful songs because he was wonderful. Well,
Well, thanks.
thank you. Now we've got Al. Do you have one more for us, Al?
I'll give it a stab.
All right, everybody mute for Al.
Okay. Out of work without a penny, out of heart without a friend, looking for one in many with a helping hand to lend. I have trod this country over. I have walked the city through. Cast me not away in anger, for there's nothing now to do. Out of work without a penny, pleading help before thy door, without friends among the many, look with pity on the poor. I have babes who wait my coming, children crying now for bread, for their spade and chide me not for roaming. They are waiting to be fed in an attic cold and dreary. They lie weeping side by side. I ask but thy favor only, crave and help me to provide. Out of work without a penny, pleading help before thy door, without friends among the many, look with pity on the poor. Must I wander sad and lonely, like an outcast day by day? I ask but thy favor only. Pray then drive me not away. Must I starve in this great city where there's food enough for all? Must I look in vain for pity from those hearts on which I call out of love?
What can you buy for $750?
Out of pity, out of
I
heart,
don't know.
out of friend.
I can save up for $750. What can I have?
Without friends among the many, God help me
Oh,
and to lend.
Thank you, Al. That was a message that I
why not?
to hear. And that's a third round. But Liz has just joined us. Am I correct? Liz?
Yeah, I'm at the party here. I hope I didn't interfere too much with,
You
I'm
want to
sitting
sing,
there, and
Liz?
Terry's inside. Terry's inside. I'm at a party. He's inside, I'm outside. So I came to get him to come,
You want
to come.
You
I
want to
don't
sing?
want to sing. No, I
Okay.
don't want to sing anything. So, but I thought I might, chime in on the last song. So
Yeah, well, you'll have to get with Terry then because he's going to do
yeah,
Happy Trails now. And in order for there to be no
yeah,
latency, you'll need to get on his phone.
yeah,
So
no
Terry,
problem.
we're ready for Happy Trails if you are,
Oh,
and you'll wrap us up. Now, before we do that, let me mention that tomorrow is the Stone Soup session, also at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Central Daylight Time. So please don't forget to join us for that as well. And thank you all for participating. We had 3 full rounds. It was great. And we'll let Terry sing us out.
Okay, so here's Happy Trails on my, what is this? My Gold Tone CC50 banjo, which I have up here in the Northeast. Happy trails to you till we meet again. Happy trails to you. Smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather. Happy trails to you till we meet again. Some trails are happy ones, other trails are blue. It's the way you ride the trail that counts. There's a happy one for you. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you and smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing the song and bring the sunny weather. Happy trail to you till we meet again.
Yay.
Thank you, Terry. That was a perfect coda for a session that we had today. So I hope I'll see you guys tomorrow, and we'll do it some more. So thank you all for being here, and have a wonderful rest of the day.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Regret asking. I hope you're doing terribly.